Hello, this is RV Vagabond Jerry, and in this video I want to talk about temperature monitoring in RVs. Now, having a temperature monitor is not really a necessity. It's kind of a luxury, especially if you're the kind of person who just likes to always know everything that's going on. Then you're probably going to want to have a temperature monitor. And there's several places where you would want to have a temperature monitor, and I think the most important place is in the refrigerator and the freezer. So you can tell by glancing at it what the temperature is inside, and if anything has changed, if somehow it's lost power, or you've run out of propane, if you have a propane type refrigerator, or if you've lost power from electric refrigerator. So of all the different temperature monitoring, that's what I think is the most critical. So let me show you that one first. So this is the temperature monitor for my refrigerator. The top one shows the temperature in the freezer, and the bottom one shows the temperature in the refrigerator compartment. And you can set them so that if the temperature goes too far out of normal, it will sound an alarm to let you know something is wrong. On the top one for the freezer, the temperature range I have set is -5 and 29 degrees. So if the temperature goes to less than -5 below zero, or if it gets up above 29, then an alarm will go off to tell me that something is wrong there. On the refrigerator, I have it from 35 degrees to 41 degrees. Lower or higher outside of that is something I don't want. So it alarms you if it is out of the normal range. And you can set those numbers to whatever you want. I probably should have my freezer maximum temperature set lower than 29. Anyway, the monitor where it gets that at is in the refrigerator. It has a monitor device like this you put in the freezer and the refrigerator, and it has a little clip here so that you can clip it onto a shelf or something. And this one is made by Accurite, and it's been very reliable for me. Now, one thing it does tell you is that you don't want to have this monitor too close to the sensors. So that's why I don't have it right onto the refrigerator itself. That would be convenient there, but for some reason, if you have it too close to the sensors, then the manual says it won't give you an accurate reading. Now I also have this monitor that has 1, 2, 3, and 4, where this one says N. So this temperature is being taken from the display unit right here. And number 1, I have on my propane tank. Number 2, I have on my fresh water tank outside. And number 3, I have on my battery compartment. And I've used this one for quite a while, and it's never really been reliable, and the temperatures tend to go out. You see there's nothing showing here and there. Once in a while they'll show up. If I bring the temperature sensors, which is this one, if I bring them inside and put them close to the unit, they will give me a reading. But when I take them outside and put them into the storage compartments, for some reason it loses track of them, but once in a while they'll pop in. I rarely have all 4 of them showing. So I've been using that one for several months, and it's just too unreliable. It doesn't have a brand name on it, actually. I don't know what brand this is. I got it from Amazon, but I would have to look it up. So that one that looks like this, I don't recommend, and the sensors are like this, and the only way you can attach the sensor to something is to put a strip of Velcro here. So that I also do not like. Now this one I just recently bought. I'm going to turn my light off so you can see the display better. So this is the same 1, 2, 3, and 4. And 4, which is this one, is taking the temperature right off of the display here. and it shows you the temperature and the humidity. This one also has, this other one also has the humidity feature. It's inside here, I'm 77 degrees and 41% humidity. This one says 79 and 34. Those are both the inside temperatures taken right off of the unit right here. Now, number one is my propane tank. This one is my freshwater tank outside, and this one is my battery compartment. And these names here, you can't really customize. You can change them to various names that are preset, and they're kind of designed for a regular home. These names that you can select from are not really designed for an RV. It'd be better to have one that is. But anyway, so I had to select names that were somewhat close to what I'm using. So utility is the propane, spa is the freshwater tank, storage is the battery storage, and office is inside. So this one I really like. I've only had it for a few days, but it seems to be very reliable. I've got the monitors outside, so they're all coming in. The sensors outside send the signal to the device right here. And this one, the sensor looks like this, which is better because it has something here that you can hook it onto. Otherwise it's the same. So I really like this sensor because in the battery compartment and in the propane compartment, there is no floor to it. Not a full floor, that is. You see where it just flashed? When it just flashed, that means it's sending a signal to the base. Anyway, so in order to make sure these things don't fall off, and the one on the battery and the propane tank can fall off onto the pavement. So I was using this one with the Velcro. This one you can tie it down real easily with any kind of a wire or something. You can see my water tank is 69% humidity, and inside where I'm sitting right here, it's 34% humidity. So if this goes down, that's a signal that something is wrong. And probably the most critical thing you're going to use this for is the water tank in the winter. If you're in the winter, if it's freezing outside and this says like 32 degrees, you know it's going to freeze your water. So you'll probably want to check that each morning when you get up to see what your water temperature is, so that you can tell if you've had a problem overnight or if you need to warm up your water tank. And with my motorhome, and most of them, I think, when you turn on the furnace, it actually sends hot air. There's a hot air vent into the compartment where the water tank is that heats up that compartment. So it heats up the freshwater tank. Otherwise, the humidity probably won't mean much to you. And it has the time and date, and it also has some other features. This one actually has some way of monitoring the weather forecast. It takes that from that outside sensor. I haven't tested out that function yet. So this one is made by Accurite, which you can get from Amazon or a lot of stores actually. So that one I would really recommend. I've only haven't had it very long, but it looks like it's going to be a very reliable one. Oh, and another thing I really like about this is that it plugs into an AC outlet. It actually has a plug-in back where you can plug it through a DC outlet. If you have a DC connector, it only requires 5 DC amps, which is very little. So you can plug it into a 12 volt connection if you have an adapter, but it comes with an AC adapter. This one works only off a battery, and that's another problem. I don't like anything really that runs off of batteries, because if these batteries are a little low, they're not going to give accurate readings. And this has no sort of 12 volt or 110 volt adapter. So that's one reason why I got this one, because I don't like to fool with batteries any more than necessary. And this one plugs right into the 110. So I just wanted to show you these 3 different temperature monitors that I have, which also monitors the humidity, and that way you can decide what you want to have. And like I said, the 3 most critical things you want to monitor is your refrigerator, your freezer, and your outdoor freshwater tank. On the batteries, if the batteries are getting way out of alignment, really hot, that could be a sign there's something wrong. And if the propane tank is showing really hot, way out of normalcy, then that's a sign that something's wrong. So that's why people have these temperature monitoring devices. Good day, folks.